Hey guys, welcome back to a Black Forest Vapor YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about leaky coils. Welcome back guys. Today we're going to be talking about leaky coils. With it becoming summer outside and having a lot of warm weather, I've been having this question a lot. A lot of people have been coming in saying they have leaks out the airflow, they're finding juice all over their hands, their pockets, want to know if there's something they can do to fix it, or is it their tank, what's going wrong. So I'm going to answer those questions the best that I can. This is just a plain Atlantis coil, and for demonstration purposes, I made a big one. But essentially, the way that these coils work is that your juice is going to soak into the cotton and sit there. And inside, essentially what you have is a coil wrapped with cotton. This filament that is in the middle of every coil, whether it's multiple strands, one strand, heats up like a light bulb filament. This coil will glow red if there's no juice, no cotton, nothing like that. It will glow red and it will burn all the juice off. So this will get soaked and this will burn the juice off. If it doesn't get hot enough, for instance, if you're running it too low, you're going to notice that you're going to have a lot of juice dripping down. And what that's doing is that's boiling the juice, and it's not vaporizing all of it. It's heating it up, which thins it out. And a lot of it will vaporize, you'll get a little bit of vapor, but the rest of it is just going to thin out and soak down and out through your airflow holes. So in, some will vape, and the rest down. So first thing I would recommend trying is turning up your power a little bit if you're getting leakiness. You want to try to burn as much of the juice that it soaks up as it can. And some tanks are meant to burn a little bit more than others. But with that being said, where the juice thins out being warm, with summer here, if you leave your vape in a car, no matter what, in hot weather, it will leak. There's some that have top airflows and drippers and stuff that don't really apply to that, but if you have a tank with airflow beneath the coil and you leave this in a hot car, it will vape, or it will leak. There's no question about it. One of the other things that you can do as well is double check and make sure that all the O-rings are there. You don't have any extra ones in there. These are notorious for it. If you have Atlantis coils, there is a little white ring. See if I can get it off here for you. So this one right here. When you put this coil into the tank, this ring seals it. Double check that your O-rings come out with your coils, because every once in a while these will stick inside the tank and you'll have a couple stacked on top of each other, which will allow juice to leak through. And that goes for most coils. Most of them have a seal on the bottom of them for when they connect into the base of the tank. The other thing that you can do is double check your juice. Most juice will have a VG-PG ratio on them. The higher the VG, the thicker the juice is going to be. 70-30, 75-25, that's usually a really good place to be at for it. It's thick enough that it'll give you a lot of vapor and a good lung hit, but it's not so thick that it has a hard time wicking into your tank. The higher PG percentage you go, the harsher it's going to be on your throat, but the thinner it gets. It becomes more water-like. And the thinner the juice is, it will wick easier, but it will also leak easier. So 70-30 is usually pretty good. Make sure that you're running your tanks higher if you can, if it's leaking. A lot of tanks, I have a lot of people coming in and they're saying, hey, my tank is leaking. I ask them, what are you running at? And the coil on the sides, the coil, for instance, this one is 70 to 80 watts. And they'll come in and they're running it at 15 or 20 watts. That's going to be why. Heating up the juice, thinning it out, most of it's leaking out, they're getting a little bit of vapor, so it's working, but it's also allowing a lot of wasted juice to go through. No hot car. And then double check all your seals and everything like that. Most of the time, if you have a leak from the airflow, it's going to be a coil issue. There are some tanks that just don't have well-made coils. From our experience, Kanger has been one of them. sub tanks and things like that tend to leak all the time, no matter what you do. You can go with a really thick juice, that usually helps, but for the most part, yeah, if it leaks out the airflow down here, it's normally a coil issue. If it's between the glass, between the mouthpiece, things like that, that's usually a seal issue. You double check all your O-rings. Most of these tanks now are coming with spare O-ring kits in them, so if you have them, bring them in. We can always help you replace them. And yeah, run your vape hotter and don't leave it in a hot car. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, leave a comment below. Definitely like, subscribe, share the page. And yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks.